and good morning.
Hello and good morning. I am framed.
You're framed. You're so festively framed. It's beautiful.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Is that just that, or are you all done Christmas decorating?
Oh no, we're not done because I'll tell you this. Oh my. Okay. So my youngest went to the attic and started bringing down the stuff, like the Tupperware, the Rubbermaid bins that say Christmas crap.
Uh-huh.
They don't say crap. It just says Christmas. So she started bringing down all the things. And then we were like, because we don't go cut down a tree. Although the goats would love it if I did, because goats love pine needles, and it's supposedly
That's what we do with our
Yeah.
live trees.
You
Is
go
we take them to
get
a
them.
local goat farm. Yeah.
Right. But a few years ago, we bought this really nice small tree that it was supposed to be like a patio or a porch tree, and it comes with this little box that it stands on, and it's probably 4 feet high, and it's already pre-lit, and we like it.
Mm-hmm.
But we keep it inside, and it's small enough to keep the felines. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
But then we were like, well, where are we going to put it? Because we hang out, most of the time we hang out in the dining room because that's where the games are and the puzzles and
Yeah.
the things and all the activities. So, but there's really not space. Otherwise, I mean, it's not. So, but then we we're like, well, where are we going to put it? We have the most annoying living room ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they added on, this is an old farmhouse originally, but then they added on in the 70s and they did this like really long, it's like 30 some odd feet long by like 15 feet wide, the living room. So it's very
Oh,
long.
wow.
And it's
Uh-huh.
annoying because if you had the TV on one end, like you'd be sitting way far away.
Oh, yeah. So you need to treat it like 2 rooms,
We
even though
do.
it's,
We
yeah.
do. But then that's annoying. Well, where are we going to put the Christmas tree and how's that
Mhm.
going to look? And nobody really hangs out in there. So then, you know how one thing leads to another, and before you know it, you're rearranging furniture. That's what's happening.
Is it give a mouse a cookie syndrome where you started doing one thing and then all this other stuff?
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's happening today. As soon as the teen is up and we're done recording, then that's going to happen. And it's fine because, you were talking about like doing your cleaning. That's the thing is you start moving the couch. You're like, oh, and you find the cat toys that are under there and you vacuum and then it's nice.
Yeah.
So that's fine before the others come home for Solstice party. It will be freshened up.
It will be all lovely. That's
Yes.
great. So I just finished this sustainability and events
Project
semester. And one of the things that came up that I think maybe some people would be interested in knowing, I was interested in learning because I grew up always in our house. It was always a real tree, always. And we kept it that way when we lived in Arizona.
Mhm.
But when you think about it, where we lived in Arizona, those trees had to be trucked in from somewhere. So it really wasn't like the most environmentally wise decision.
Right.
And then we moved to the Philippines where again you could get a Christmas tree, but they were shipped in containers from Canada to the Philippines. By the time they got there, all cut Christmas trees are dead, but these were like dead and super fire hazard and awful. So when we moved to the Philippines, that's when we switched to an artificial tree.
That makes sense.
And I've always kind of felt guilty about it. But when we moved back to the US, we brought, at that point we had 2 artificial trees because we had one with like the fancy ornaments and then one with like the kid ornaments. And I've talked before, I don't know here, but a lot of the ornaments you see in the stores are made in the Philippines. And so they're dirt cheap there.
Yeah.
Because there's no tariffs and import duties and whatever. So I had a bit of a thing for buying ornaments. We needed a lot of trees. Anyway, so we got back here and I was like, okay, but we'll still have the 2 artificial trees, but I'd also would like a real tree. So we have the smell and the whatever, and we have the room. Our house is it's bigger than what we need. It's a long story how we got this house. It is a little bigger than we need, but we do have room to have the 3 trees. So we were doing that for a while. And this year I was like, let's not do it. We'll just have the 2 artificial. It's fine. Because one of the things, getting back to how I started this digression, one of the things that came up as we were talking about this is Christmas trees. And because one of the things we talk about with events is the decorations that you use at events and finding ways to use them more than once and the best ecological choice of them. And there actually has been a study on real tree versus artificial trees.
Sure.
And what they found was that if you use an artificial tree for 10 years or more, then it is better for the environment than cutting down 10 Christmas trees.
Okay.
Year after year. So that's like
kind of the cutoff
point.
That's kind of the balance. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're buying an artificial tree every 3 years or 2 years to get like the newest updated model with like this one has blinky lights. Yeah, some people do. So that's ridiculous and you should stop doing that. But if you get a good tree, a good artificial tree, and you have space to store it when it's not in use, then that's actually
and you're going to use it for 20 years.
But it is the better choice if you can use it for more than 10 years. So ours are both over 15 years old at this point.
Right.
And right away, like right when we started using them, they were the better option because like that shipping from as far away as, can't like that would have.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you live somewhere tropical like that, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah.
I love being in the Philippines and seeing decor from here, from the West.
Like North American things?
Like North America, Europe, make their debut in the Philippines and how they would try and figure out how it was meant to be used. And my favorite example of this was Christmas tree or Christmas wreaths, like the pine wreaths.
Right.
Which weren't a thing there. They happened to become a thing while we were there. They started importing them. And I'm not even talking like the real ones, just the artificial ones. And the way that the Filipino like store people interpreted that these should work was that they should be hung from your ceiling and like wrapped with
in a ring,
wrapped with ribbon around it, and then have hung on your ceiling and then have things dangling off it.
Like a chandelier.
Like a chandelier.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of clever. I never would have thought of that, but you saw it for like 2 years after these arrived. That was the only way you saw them displayed.
That was their interpretation.
All about them. And then you started seeing more of them like on doors and, upright like that. And but I was like, I'm kind of sad that they abandoned that because it was kind of funky and interesting.
Wow.
So anyway.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Fun stuff. But anyway, you mentioned today's solstice. Happy solstice.
Yes, it is happy solstice.
Yeah, we were just looking it up. And so solstice hits at 4:20 a.m. my time.
Right.
Which is 2:20 a.m. your time.
And see, we always think, at least I do, I shouldn't say we, because this is my thought. I always thought of solstice as just the whole day. It's the shortest day of the year. When in fact, as you explained to me earlier, it is the point at which the earth is furthest away from the sun.
Right.
Which is why it's the shortest, and the angle. But that's how, because of the angle of the earth is why it's the shortest day of the year. So the point at which we're furthest away from the sun is 4:20
a.m.
Stonehenge
time.
Which
Stonehenge time. Stonehenge time is 9:20. So 9:20 a.m. Stonehenge time, which was how I said we should call it. Because
that's right.
You have to measure solstices by Stonehenge, right?
Yeah, that's cool. And do you know why?
Because our ancestors tens of thousands of years ago hauled some rock and put it up so we could mark solstices.
I guess view it like I've never really understood the viewing of these astronomical events at Stonehenge. Like I haven't really understood how things are lined up in order to do that.
Yeah. So they have like there's like the gate, it makes the gates all the way around, and then there's other stones within it, and so they all line up.
That'd be cool to see.
at that moment. Yeah. And I guess they do
A thing?
a thing, like, because there's people for whom it is a celebrated religious event. So they're allowed to go and like do their thing there. But then a lot of people will go and just sort of watch the event
Observe.
happen.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, and in saying this, I know people are going to say, you know, all kinds of cultures celebrate solstice. I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. Like, it's fine. Like, I know in Peru, they mark solstice. Like, basically, you know, until a couple thousand years ago, everyone was marking the solstice.
Right.
That was how they marked the things. It was something that they could observe and watch. And we sort of lost it for a little bit, and people are coming back to it again more.
Yeah.
I think.
And regardless of your religious observances, particularly in agricultural communities, you know, the winter solstice and the summer solstice is, you know, it's a seasonal event.
Yeah. And the days will finally start getting longer again. Holy cow, it is so dark here. I cannot believe.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I only mind it when I have to get stuff done. But like last night, we had to go all the way down to New Haven, which is over an hour away. And we were, you know, we went into Ikea and it was daytime, and we came out and it felt like midnight, and we weren't even in for that long. I was just like, whoa.
But you did not get lost in Ikea.
We did not get lost. Well, at one point, we did the upstairs and we were down on the downstairs, and we were trying to make our way to like the big warehouse area. And I was like, oh, there's a cut through. And we cut through, and it put us back at the beginning of where you land when you come down from the second floor.
Oh,
and we realized it quickly, and we went back through the other way, and we got where we needed to go. But yeah, we did get a little lost at that point.
Like, you know, that sounds like the kind of store, like maybe you should just pack snacks before you go there.
They do have a restaurant at the halfway point.
So they know what they're doing.
They absolutely know what they are doing. And Jana, like, this was the most empty I've ever seen it. We got there and there were maybe 20 cars in the parking lot.
Wow.
And we walked through and there's hardly anyone there. But usually when we go to Ikea, and we don't go a lot because it is a ways away from us, but there'll be whole families there. And
it was like, midweek. It was
midweek at night. And it's the time of year when it's like, you know, all the kids have their Christmas presentations and whatever at school, whatever. So I didn't expect it to be full. But going through, because they'll have staged rooms, you know, that show all the different products as well as the displays of everything. And you'll walk through, and every single one of those stage rooms will have like a family sitting in it on their phones, or the kids playing on the easel or whatever, because two people are there to actual shop, or one is actually there to shop. So everyone else just like camps in one of the rooms.
Taking a break.
But it's like the whole shop is full. The whole store is full, and people wandering around. And it's so IKEA is not usually a fun experience for me. It's very people-y. Very people-y.
But
it was not like that last night. It wasn't bad last night at all.
Did you find what you were there for?
Yes. We almost couldn't. Yeah. My husband wanted like they're well known for like their 4x4 grid bookshelves.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he wanted like a 2x4, one version of that for his office, and then my oldest is getting a TV stand for their room for Christmas. So that's what we were there for.
Okay.
But Adam wanted the bins that go in the squares.
Yeah.
The slide in thing. The ones he got are cloth covered, but they're substantial. They have something inside, probably plastic. But we couldn't find those. Like, we were all over. And he's like, it's in home organization. And we're standing in all the bookshelves. And I'm like, well, this might feel like home organization, but this is not actually home organization. We got to find where that is. And that's where it's all the container kind of thing. So that's what we just had to keep wandering along the path until we got there. And then we got there. So, but it was good. We did find everything we needed. I went to the sale section at the end, and I got some Thanksgiving decorations that were super marked down.
Okay.
So I just took them home, brought them home, put them right in the Thanksgiving bin in store. they'll wait for next year and be
Sure.
cheap.
Cool.
So
All right.
yeah,
That's a good way to go.
success. Yay.
So yeah, my I cannot surprise my husband anymore. I don't know. After 35 years and 30 more Christmases, we've kind of just gotten to the point where we're like, what do you want? And the things that he wants are things that he really needs to pick out, right?
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then
That's
he just puts it on the Amazon wish list because then I'll know like what it is and the correct version of the thing.
right.
So he has a motorcycle and he rides his motorcycle to work in the summer. And it's not like a crotch rocket. It's like it's an upright, like you'd see
Like a
them in your
Honda kind of.
Royal Enfield. It's
Oh.
made, it's made by like the same company that makes the Indian motorcycles,
Hmm.
a brand. So it's a British brand.
Hmm.
And it's a 650 and he's a big guy, so it's kind of small for him, but it gets him to work and back, and it's way less expensive for fuel in the summertime
Yeah.
because it's almost 30 miles to where he works. So, but all this time, he's for the couple of years he's had this motorcycle, he just has to like take his lunch in a backpack. So he really wants a rack for the back of it with the like cargo
Nice.
waterproof, because even
Yeah.
summer, and this is Wyoming, if we get a thunderstorm, it's considerable. It's like, whoosh,
Yeah.
it's a deluge for a few minutes. Anyway, but that's the kind of thing where like I can't just go to Cheyenne to and they're going to have it. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is something that has to be ordered and it has to fit the specific model of motorcycle, blah, blah, all that. Same with golf stuff. He loves golf, but it's specific. The things that
Yeah.
he would want to use. And he's a good enough player and he's been doing it long enough that it is very specific, his preferences. So that kind of thing. It's like it's not a surprise, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we are too. That's how the whole family is really. Yeah. We have our lists and we shop off our lists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's right. And he's like, I don't even know what to do. And I'm like, for you. And I'm like, okay. So I just straight up told him this morning, here's what I want. I want either a winter camping experience where I don't have to do anything. All I do
yeah.
is get installed in front of the little wood stove inside the tent. I don't have to chop wood. I don't have to cook anything. I want to be fed. I want to
Hmm.
just sit there in front of the wood stove in my sleeping bag nest with my dog and my knitting. That's all.
Hmm.
And you just serve me for a weekend. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, and if the weather's bad and we don't want to go anywhere, it could be a living room camp out. It could be an at-home camp out where
Mhm.
you make me the Jiffy Pop on the stove, you bring me the camp out food, and I am installed on the couch. That's okay too. For a whole weekend where I don't have
That
to
would
do
be
anything.
delightful.
Yeah, you do the chores. You go feed the goats. You close up the chickens in the evening. I don't have to do anything but go to
Hmm.
the restroom and back to the couch for a weekend. And we watch the shows I want to watch.
So, do you think that's what you're going to get?
I hope so. That would be fantastic.
That would be lovely.
Wouldn't it to just be installed on the couch for a 42 to 72 hours, 48 to 72 hour period where that is
Yeah,
an agreement, where all you need to do is take care of your own bodily well-being and someone feeds you and you get the switcher
that would be nice. That would be nice.
and your pile of knitting
Yeah.
and your dog, and that's it. And they do chores and feed me, and that's all I have to do.
Well, fingers crossed, Jana. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. What's on your list?
Um, a lot of shoes.
A lot of shoes. Okay.
I actually, so we do like a family gift exchange with my side of the family, and it's everyone gets assigned someone's.
Oh
We do
yeah,
it's
like you
Secret
draw
Santa.
names.
It's Secret Santa, and there's $100 limit.
Oh.
So then we use elfster.com, and that randomizes who gets whom, and you can make your list, and then that person sees what your list is, and it doesn't tell you what's been bought off your list.
Oh,
So if I log back in right now, I'll just see my list. I won't see that anything's been bought off of it, even though like Adam and the kids and my Secret Santa person have all been shopping from that list. So it doesn't spoil the
okay.
surprise.
So they know what's been purchased, so nobody duplicates.
Right. They can see,
Okay.
but I cannot see. And because it's a family gift exchange, I can't just like make up an account and log in, because I have to be invited into the exchange. Anyway,
Oh, that makes sense. That is smart.
yeah,
They're
but
both
it
smart.
also made me think about stuff that I would want, and because I went into it going like I don't really want anything. Like I have everything I need. I don't really
Yeah.
know what I want.
Yeah.
So, but then I thought more about it and I really would like a apron that fits me properly as a tall person because a lot of aprons end up tied right here. They end up being like empire waist because like this part isn't adjustable and then it's like
Oh.
for a short little lady. So I end up tying my apron on my underboob instead of under my waist, at my waist. So I put a couple aprons on there. And then I do need boots that are cute, but still boots.
Okay.
Because there's like the sort of Chelsea boot kind of boot where it's like, leather and looks basically like a shoe, but is a boot, like a dress shoe, but is a boot. So there's those. And then there's like the LL Bean type boot that's like go out and shovel the driveway and stomp around in the woods boot. And that one will actually keep your feet warm. I want a cute boot that will keep my feet warm
Right.
and has a good tread to it. So I
Okay.
did the research on that and put a couple options on.
Okay, that's good. So it doesn't you're not requiring anyone else to know what it is. You put the
Right.
specific thing. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so that's sort of the thing. Like there's notes section. So
Okay.
I
Because
can
you saw the
say
blank loop when you
like
said Chelsea
this
blue, nothing
color.
came to mind.
Yeah. So I can
Like I
put
don't
the
know.
link to the actual boot and I
Okay.
can say this color, this size in the
This thing.
notes. And that way people know.
Yeah.
And that's where I put like the puzzle board.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of
Okay.
like the stuff for
Yeah.
this year. I
Yeah.
just sort of was like, what can I upgrade
Can
or
you write? Can you put like see? Because my thing is, I don't need anything, and the things that I'm specific about, like knitting tools or needles or whatever,
yeah,
I'm specific about that, and so I want experiences. I would love to have my kids have done this where like we've talked about this in
yeah,
past.
the
I get the
coupon
coupon
thing.
book, right?
Yeah,
Or they give me a little gift certificate for I will go backpacking for 4 days with you. And I'm like,
right. Yeah.
or like
I
want a
think you
camping
can with
installed
Elfster. I think you
on the
can
couch.
put like just suggestions
Yeah.
in that aren't links
Yeah.
to things. Yeah.
Like I want someone to just serve me and be installed on the
Right.
couch for a weekend.
What 2 days of doing nothing. Thank you and thank you.
Yes.
So
And
yeah.
like
So
my
those
mom,
were
for
my list.
example, my mom doesn't need anything, but my kids for her birthday in November, they took her the weekend after Thanksgiving, they took Nana, they bought the tickets, they drove her and took her to the Nutcracker
Oh,
at
fun.
the Civic Center. And she
That's
loved
fun.
it.
Yeah.
It's the experiences and the time
Yeah.
that are meaningful for her. I mean, because at her age, like they don't need anything. I don't
Yeah.
need anything. But I would love for my kids to go camping with me, you know? Yeah.
For sure. So what knitting did you get done yesterday?
Well, I'm still working on catching up sock number 2.
Okay.
I did go round and round. I started watching oh, I have to tell you about this show, a new show that I
Okay.
started, and I stayed up too late, but it was really intriguing. If people don't like British murder things, then maybe not your jam. But it's called, I think it's on, I'll have to look. It could be PBS Masterpiece Theater.
Okay.
Maybe I should Google real quick.
So if it's British, it's probably the BBC then.
It's called Inspector Ellis, Ellis.
That sounds familiar.
And she is a middle-aged Black woman. And so that's,
Oh, it's just called Ellis.
oh, okay, you just found it? Good.
Yeah.
Is it on Masterpiece Theater? PBS? Well, I
Okay.
watch it through Amazon Prime, and let me.
Acorn. Yeah, it's Acorn, so it would be on Amazon.
Okay. It is called Inspector Ellis.
That might be the US name. Like,
Yes.
oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So that in the UK, it's just called Ellis.
Okay. Okay.
And on Acorn, which you can get as an add-on through Amazon Prime, it's Inspector Ellis.
And that's how I watch it. And there's only one
Yeah.
season because it's brand new.
Yes.
I am sucked in. So
3 episodes.
well, yeah. And that's a season. However, it's like an hour. The first episode's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's how
Oh.
UK shows are, man, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Anyway, so while I was
tell the
watching
story
that,
and be done.
while I was watching that, I got a good 3 inches done on Round and Round on my witching hour.
Oh, nice.
So I'm happy about
Well
that.
done. Yeah.
Because, I'm at the part where you just got to knit the lower portion. So
Mhm.
this is the one I'm catching up on. I'm not revealing anything. I'm getting caught up on my colors on this one. So
Nice.
I'm also knitting. I'm on the ribbing on this one because this is a pair for a friend.
Oh, pretty.
And I really need to get it done.
Did you see someone commented on yesterday's thing saying that she finished her whole sock and she never had an overlap with you?
She has small feet. I did see that.
She must.
You must have small feet. So right now, as we're talking, I'm getting this one caught up. Brandon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I did in the car on the way down.
Yeah.
I did my rows here.
Oh,
so that's all of our Easter Ooh is now done.
Wow.
So that's our project so far.
Nice.
I am loving it. And then on the way back, I knit some more triangles. So
Wow.
I think nope, where was I? Yeah, I think this is where I started from last night. So I got these.
You got 4 done. That's a lot.
Yeah, because when we got home, we finished watching Squid Game. I started watching Squid Game. Adam hadn't watched it before, and they have new episodes coming out after Christmas.
Okay.
So we were watching that, and we finished it last night. And so, yeah, so I got a bunch of those done. And I'm only 2 triangles away from the first middle stripe.
Yeah, the whitest part.
Yeah, so that's that. So I'll have 2 more triangles at this end here.
Okay.
And then, but I really want to see the last colors before I go further because I have to map out what's left, you know?
Yes.
And I'm hoping the last grouping is blue. We haven't had any blues yet. And I'm really hoping for like a bright blue, like a light bright blue, like a robin's egg kind of blue. So
we'll see.
Should I open it?
Yes.
Because I really do want to know.
Okay. Okay. So is this your Silly Sheep Advent?
Yeah, Silly Sheep.
Okay.
Silly Sheep 21. Okay. This is our last 3 colors, days 21 through 23. So I'm really hoping for blue. If not, that's fine. That's fine. But that's my hope. Wow. Okay. Chances were going to be good that it was blue. So, but look at that one.
Wow. That's electric.
It is so blue. It is called Forget Me Not on a white base. Look at it.
Yes.
That's cool. So that might actually go right against this. That might be the next one I do.
Ooh.
Because I have like, I think 9 of Becky's colors still that I haven't mapped in.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I think this will make a good next step. Okay.
You're all happy. Woohoo! Maybe another triangle today.
Maybe another triangle or 3 or 7. No, I don't have time for that. But yeah. Okay. I'm happy.
Okay, cool. Then I'll set down this one and get my other sock. Yeah. All right. I am caught up. So for day 21. No, I'm showing you day 20 knitted.
Yes. Day 20 knitted.
Day 20 knitted.
One's color. Ooh. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. And you're done with your heel now. So we're back to smooth.
Yeah. So now I'm just rounding.
Yeah.
For the top of my.
Right. Your leg portion.
So this is day 20.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Neutral. Oh, Okay.
Oh, back to the sort
Well,
of pinky
now because
orange.
there is, yeah. So because we do have,
So that the orangey had like a blue in it, and now the bluey has an orangey in it. And
yes,
that's to
because
do with
that's the
those
opposite
complementary.
complementary colors, right? So I'm guessing we'll have one stripe of this, and then we'll go to another
Another bluey.
theme.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So that
So
only will take me a few minutes. So by tomorrow, I hope to be all caught up with this one, and then I'll have the orangey stripe knitted, and then we'll see.
excellent. So today we have a little treat in our Shetland Hogmanay box. Tomorrow we'll get the first color from our fifth maker. How many makers have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, first color from our fifth maker.
Okay.
And then the next day we'll get the second color and you can start knitting again. So you have 2 days for catch-up knitting.
Yes.
And in the meantime, day 21.
Yay!
And this one is from a maker who is new to the boxes this year. You can see they very kindly wrapped theirs for me and delivered it to me in a lovely little wrapper. So you get to open that up, and inside you will find a sticker of a Shetland sheep
Nice.
and a little coaster.
Oh, that's lovely.
And these are from a company called Pinkfish Shetland. And they have their own craft and they're photographers and they make these lovely little gifty sort of items. They also have like little ornaments with them on and just like fun little Shetland sheep theme things. So that's our little gifty thing today.
Excellent.
Yay.
And before we forget, do you want to announce your Instagram winner?
Oh yeah, because I forgot.
And I almost did, but tell us.
Good job. So today's winner is KG Jelinek. And I've already contacted her. So if you're hearing it now, go log into your Instagram and reply to me. And I also want to say, KG Jelinek has her Peloton username in her Instagram account information. And if you have a Peloton and you're looking for people to follow, I am there as I thought I knew how. So look for me there and follow me and I will follow you back. Because I love all the little things we can get, like by doing stuff that our friends did too. So follow me on Peloton and follow KG Jelinek. Look her up on Instagram and she has her username there for Peloton. You can follow her too. So
excellent. Okay.
Yeah. We can all work out together.
Happy Solstice. I might actually get
Happy Solstice.
WALK. Can't say it out loud because
don't say it.
But
chaos will happen.
The wind is down for now. I'm looking outside at how much the trees are moving. So I might bundle up. And you know what? I do think that the Nordic saying of, there's no such thing as bad weather. There's only bad clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true to an extent, but I do not like the grittiness of blowing dust. I don't like it in my eyes and just
Yeah.
However, I don't mind bundling up. I'll go out and do my thing when it's down to, I think my limit roughly is about -5 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I don't like it when my nose hairs freeze together.
That just hurts.
But if it's above 0, I'm good.
Yeah. I remember I was thinking about this yesterday. It's snowing here, by the way.
Yay!
But I was thinking about this yesterday as we got out of Ikea and it was suddenly so much colder because the sun had gone down. And I was sort of like, suck it up, Anne. It's not nearly as bad as when you were a kid. Because I remember it being like -17.
Yeah, we have that.
And we'd like, okay, walk to school, and just absolutely hating winter.
Yeah.
So I have a long history of
hate for winter.
I'm
so sorry for you because, if you can embrace the joy of it. Sorry.
There's no joy.
Love it.
Okay. I will see you tomorrow.
Happy Solstice.
Happy Solstice to you and happy Solstice to everyone else out there. And hooray for longer days coming our way.
We're turning the corner for you.
Yay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.